Yo, I'm X Toy Cat, and welcome back to another zombies video for Black Ops Cold War, a game which has a really interesting zombies mode where you pick which weapon you spawn in with. You can even pick weird weapons like the pistol or a launcher, but yet this same game gives you the same option at the same time as assault rifles to spawn in with a knife as your choice. This seems entirely ridiculous. I mean, who wants a knife, right, when you can have a launcher or an M16, a fully auto weapon? But the truth is, the knife is actually the most OP starting weapon. You know, there's a chance they might even nerf it because it's so good. And allow me to explain exactly why in today's video, as well as pack-a-punching it to show that yes, in this game you can pack-a-punch a knife. And yeah, there's a lot of points about this you might not be considering if you're just thinking about pure damage, because yes, the knife is the most powerful starting weapon. It deals 1,000 points of damage, which, you know, that doesn't translate to a lot of people as meaning very much. So let's put it this way. In previous games, you had to buy a Bowie knife on the wall, a Bowie knife, some people call it, you know, the knife that is very big on the wall. It cost 3,000 points, and it would be a one-hit KO up to round 13. And because it realistically it'd be about round 6 or 7 till you'd actually buy it because it'd be in a late room. Basically, you got a few rounds of one-hit KO potential, which was nice and all, but the knife in this game is effectively the same thing. It's a one-hit kill up to round 13, that's what 1,000 damage actually translates to, and it effectively saves you 3,000 points, except it's actually much more than, you know, by picking it as your starting weapon, you know, you can buy a shotgun for 750 points on the wall, you can buy an MP5 for 1,500, or, you know, a light machine gun even for 2,250 points, but you can't buy this weapon for 3,000 points. Instead, you'd have to pull it randomly from the box. So it's saving you the most money to buy the knife now, and then to pick up whatever gun, you know, that shoots people in the head that you want later, but it's also more point efficient on the end of actually using it. Allow me to tell you why you want to use this weapon. I mean, you probably noticed already that every time I kill an enemy, I get 115 for a melee kill, the most you can get in this game. But something you might not know if you played previous games and you haven't been thinking about it too much in this one, is they overhauled the point system entirely, so you no longer get points based on how many you know, bullets you put into a zombie. Instead, you just get points for killing a zombie, 90 for a regular kill, and 115 for a headshot, or a critical shot, and 115 for a melee. So the thing about headshots is even if you're really good at aiming, every now and then one's going to slip past you, right? Like the zombie's going to duck at just the wrong moment. Like not everyone has 100% accurate, not anyone actually I should say has 100% accuracy with headshots, but you know what everyone does have 100% accuracy with? A knife. There is no way you can get less than 115 points of you know, from killing an enemy with this, which is the maximum you can get from any normal kill. I mean, you could use stun grenades or something, but that's true with the knife too. Basically, what I'm saying right here is we have ourselves, which by the way we should be doing for a challenge, I think. What I'm saying right here is we have ourselves a weapon that is able to get the maximum number of points and also saves us the maximum number of points. Also, it's a one-hit KO till round 13, effectively giving us a weapon that is the most point efficient and the most deadly. It is a really, really, really great weapon for the damage, which you're going to see through this video. Like round 4, one-hit KOs is nice, but it's, I mean, no one needs them at this point in the game, right? Like, ooh, the round 4 zombies are so hard, I can never make it past round 4. But as we go further and further, you should start to see that, like, oh, actually, this is nice. The fact that we can run around and kill zombies and really get that, like, on-the-ground experience that I feel like you'd like if you played previous games. That's nice. But the other, let me tell you about more benefits, because it's point efficient, it's damage efficient. I mean, obviously, 1,000 damage, one-hit KO till round 13, which you're going to see. You know, don't take my word for it. But also allow me to show you another cool benefit of this weapon, and that is the ability to play with one hand if you're in a controller. So again, just hypothetically, right? You have some texting to do. The early rounds of zombies can be a real grind. Especially if you are, okay, this is actually the worst example, because, like, Free snuck up on me. But the fact that for the most part you can play with one hand, you know, my point was disproven as soon as I said it. But, like, for the most part, if you stand in a nice open area and you don't get too unlucky, you can do most of the round with one hand, because, again, you just kill the zombies as they come towards you, which is really great. Also, I'm going to use this stun grenade. I'm going to get challenged done. Look at this. I'm going to throw the stun grenade into the crowd. Kill all the stun zombies. Okay, we got this, I think. Oh, okay, no, we didn't. Got this. But yeah, because there's a lot of challenges we can do with the knife, by the way. It's a fully fledged weapon that you can unlock camo for, so there's actually benefits to doing this as well for, you know, getting a cool knife camo that people will think is great, but really you're just using the best zombies weapon, which I think is a nice little benefit too. So yeah, this is the best zombies weapon. It's in a lot of ways, as well as the AFKing ability, as well as just the speed. I mean, if you've got perfect headshot ability from across the map, maybe like a sniper, you know, you could kill people theoretically faster, but just being able to one-hit KO zombies and the only limiting factor being how fast you can run towards them means we can get through the rounds really early. It's round 6 and it's only been 5 minutes. I mean, and obviously if that nuke had been a bit more effective earlier, if we'd waited a bit before using it, because we didn't get to wait because we went right through it, it's pretty annoying. So yeah, when you're playing solo, why would you not use this? Let's put this another way, by the way. We just picked up insta-kill right now, and notice how literally nothing changes about the gameplay. And it seems kind of sad that, like, oh, so insta-kill does nothing when you have a knife? But the way I like to see it, again, the first 13 rounds, the way the knife works, is it basically, you know, like, rather than seeing it as, like, instant-kill doing nothing, see it as instant-kill basically being equipped by default for free. You know, a rare item drop, a rare, you know, thing that you otherwise have to, something rare that you otherwise have to, find from zombies on the ground, is something you get for free. Absolutely free. You heard that correctly. With this weapon, which is really nice in my opinion. The idea of getting something that is rare and hard to find with zero cost, zero opportunity cost, zero time cost is wonderful. You get instant kill built into your weapon for the first 13 rounds if you choose to spawn with this. And yeah, that's my sales pitch done. Now that we've finished the sales pitch, let's play some zombies, let's show you its power in action, and let's talk about some other stuff. Because fun fact, you can't buy ammo for your knife, which means max ammo is kind of pointless. Also a fun fact over here, you can stand on this box and then zombies will start throwing their body parts at you. It's very bizarre. Like, let's show you, like... but yeah, pro tip, if you stand on... Zombies don't like it when you stand on the ammo box. They want to have a fair fight as well. I mean, they might be flesh-eating, you know, humans that will literally eat their kind. You know, they're not bad sports. They won't stand on boxes to escape you, and they expect the same respect. Maybe it's funny to everyone else as well, or maybe it's just to myself. But yeah, I really think having a weapon that gets you the most number of points is something you have to do, if not every time, because I love it. Like, you're not knifing zombies, doing this, you know, 10 games a day could get boring eventually. But if you want to get through the first rounds as fast, yeah, efficiently as possible, there are very few weapons that are this good. Also, while we've got armor, I probably shouldn't be letting them destroy me so much. But you know, I'm doing it anyway because that's just a-okay. Do we need a stim shot right now, by the way? I'd say we don't. Should we get some stun grenades so we can do the challenges? Because one of the challenges for the knife is killing enemies while they're stunned. We could also use a symbol monkey. Yeah, let's stun some enemies up actually. Let's make the most of that while we can. And let's also pick up some C4. Because, you know what, let's have some fun with it. Also, it's worth mentioning, if you want to get the maximum number of points, I mean, like, this isn't particularly news to anyone, but just in case it is, you can also use your little ability, and you get an extra 10 points for doing it while shrouded, or whatever else. Or you also can use G9, you get an extra few points. I don't know, maybe it's worthwhile to you. I'm not going to say it is personally, but you know, I'm not the arbiter of what's worthwhile to everyone in the world. Not yet. So yeah, let's just keep on backstabbing some zombies. The cool thing about the knife too is because it's a one-hit KO, it's very hard to get like properly trapped. Because if you're trapped anywhere, you lunge into the zombie, which is actually kind of a speed boost too, and you can knife yourself right out of it, which is something I really like personally. So let's throw another stun grenade. Get a lot more kills and some stun zombies, please. Oh yeah, let's get some camo going. And then we're gonna throw one more stun grenade for one more batch of stun kills, so we can hopefully show you that there is in fact a challenge. And it's definitely not me being crazy. Although actually, there we go. Wait a minute. Although actually, it's really expensive in terms of stun grenades to do this repeatedly, so maybe keep that in. Yeah, I guess the only one thing that you would have to keep in mind is like, if you obviously are lunging right into the zombies, you might pick up nukes, which isn't so point efficient. So just if you want to maximize points, do the because there's two types of knives you can do. You can knife like this, and there's a knife where you can lunge into them. You might want to do that one instead. Also, yeah, we're gonna go buy doors, and we're gonna go get the power on, so we can get some dog rounds happening. Because yeah, while you're doing all this, I obviously recommend opening up the map. Obviously recommend doing the power stuff if you want to do that. But if you want to stay in the first room, I think the knife is a perfect way to do that too. Again, till round 13, you'll have no issues just chilling in the first room. Something I personally like. So buy some Juggernog, buy some more doors. Because again, I've never felt with any weapon you can be carefree if you're buying doors fast enough. But with a weapon like this, I feel entirely safe for the first while or so, just running through the map doing some stuff. And if I wanted an LMG, because I know a lot of people love LMGs and zombies, at least I wouldn't recommend it anymore because obviously points, you don't get damage for doing points, you don't get points for doing damage to points, so you don't get. I made an embarrassing mistake saying that. But obviously now that that's changed, I could see an argument for not caring about it, but also, but I don't know why you would care mostly about it, but just in case you do, now you know you can do that. And yeah, so run through right here, seeing how, like, hypothetically, if a zombie spawned between me and the, if a zombie did spawn between me and this door, I could just charge into it. It's very easy. If you wanna, even if you want to do something which is like traditionally like you know, like an upgraded pack punch weapon, you want to just hold off against the door, like we're doing right now, we can do so pretty effectively, even with all these zombies charging at me. Again, we'll play the door now, turn on the power so the next shot is definitely the play counts, and yeah, look how great everything is getting. Nice. And yeah, so now we're going to go turn on the pack punch, because in 3 rounds my weapon will get so weak that it will be a 2-hit KO, and who can deal with 2-hit kills? I mean, I can't personally. How do you fix that? You can pack a punch the knife in this game, which I think is good. So yeah, something I was thinking about recently, right? This is a dumb thing to include in zombies talk, but you know, the cool thing about zombies is it gives you, like, it's a game that can be as intense as you want it to be, or as unintense as you want it to be. Like, if you want to treat it as the most intense thing in the world, after a few rounds it actually can get seriously that way. Or you can treat it as a fun, like, game to chill while you talk about micro USB cable. Or let's just say any mobile phone connectors. The crazy thing to me is how, like, you know, we have so many designs made by consortiums of, like, multi-billion-dollar companies. Like, these are companies actively trying to make good charging standards and cables, etc., etc. What I don't get, though, is how we still have, you know, like, terrible issues to this day, where I don't know anyone who hasn't had an issue with a cable at some point, that, you know, like, you had to, like, jimmy just right into your phone, your controller, mouse to make it work. You know, but just before this, so I'm using a wired controller right now, and by that I mean I'm using a wireless controller with a wire into it, and my previous cable was just falling loose. It was falling out of the controller repeatedly. And it's like, how does this happen? How do we get to a point in the world where, you know, you'd be dead, huh? How do we get to a point in the world where, you know, we can't even consistently put a cable in something because it will fall out? Like, number 1 job of a cable is to stay in. Number 2 job is to actually transfer power and data or whatever. How do you not manage that? Is maybe it's a question I shouldn't be asking, but you know, it's funny. We like to believe that, like, humanity's so far progressed. Kind of like I was saying with, like, guns are still just make an explosion happen that fires a tiny piece of metal into someone you don't like, and that kills them. It's crazy that you know, like, oh yeah, we like to think things are so advanced, like, oh yeah, we're only 5 years away from, like, self-driving cars. We're 5 years away from having headsets we can put on our head that entirely alter our perception of reality, and stuff like that. We all say these things, but at the same time, oh god, you know, everyone, like, intuitively thinks we're living so far in the future, but also the most basic of problems remain unsolvable in a lot of ways. Like, oh yeah, we haven't quite worked out how to have a cable that doesn't fall out. Because obviously what it actually is it's cables that get wear and tear after a certain amount of time, and then after that certain amount of time, you know, like, after that certain amount of time, it's like, oh yeah, like, because the thing got weaker, it kind of fell out. But it's like, how have we not worked out a way to resist that? Cables cost, you know, especially like Apple chargers, like dozens of dollars for their cables, and even they have the same issue. Eventually, okay, going down this way is not smart for me to do. You know, there's a lot of zombies. C4 arms. Detonate that. Oh, okay. No! I should have used my, see, what a waste, by the way. Shouldn't have gone down in round 10. Did not want to go down in round 10, but here I am. Also, if you want to be point efficient, never shoot with you. C4 okay, going so let's go get me some Juggernaut if we can. Easiest way to do that is to... No, you're running the direction I want to be running. Okay, let's get me some Juggernaut, just ASAP. We could probably also buy some armor, just to guarantee we stay alive, or just using a knife. It's hard, okay? It's hard. But yeah, now we've got 14,000 points. If we want to, if we want to, we can obviously buy ourselves We can pack punch the knife with that. But if we want to get any weapon in the game that we could spawn with, literally, with very few exceptions, like the very latest things, like, okay, sure. There are a couple of assault rifles you can't buy on the wall. You can't buy a AUG on the wall. There aren't, not every weapon in the game is available on the wall. But most of the favorite ones are. I mean, if you want the SPAS 12 or the Gallo SA 12, if you're curious as to why they renamed the game, the guns in each game, it's because this blows my mind that this is true. Guns have like, you know, intellectual property rights. Like you can't just use a gun in a game without permission, and that seems crazy because it seems like if I was making a rule, and I assure you I'm not, by the way. Also, we should get stamina up. I think that'd go really nicely with this knife. But also, by the way, still it's round 12. Still one hit KOing. Isn't that nuts? Like this is you know, this is where the zombies start to have real teeth, start to have a real ability to kill you, but they don't have a real ability to kill me because I don't give them my permission. Okay, we're gonna okay keep on charging around here, and yeah, let's go by stamina. I was definitely down here for some reason, but I forgot what it was. Was I here to pack punch the knife? Probably not. But yeah, and I think it's interesting that like intellectual property rights are held on so many things. Like, oh god, you can, like, even one of the craziest ones to me is that you can trademark a character. Like, oh yeah, this character belongs to me. Not the medium. Like, oh yeah, Harry Potter has a book. Of course, that belongs to the person who wrote it. It's very controversial if you even say her name. So we won't do that in a zombies video. We're not here for that. Also, I just missed stamina. Now I have to go back into the future board. It's gonna be a nightmare. You know what we'll do instead? We'll probe that, and we'll take out some distracted zombies. Yeah. Oh, that one wasn't distracted. Man, you know, actually, it's actually really hard to take full advantage of. Ooh, it's really hard to take full advantage of a decoy. I guess you need to have a big crowd going first. Still, I definitely want some armor. Oh, I was buying armor. There we go. See. I had the same thought twice. But guns are actually, you know, tricky. You can't just, like, you know, like... and the craziest thing is the reason that every game has an AK-47 and AK-74U is because they're Soviet Union weapons that, you know, they don't have trademarks because they're not from a country that has particularly aggressive trademark laws. And, you know, that's almost one of the things that makes the US so successful is that they have, you know, like, everything that, like, they basically want internally. Like, oh yeah, the idea of having gun trademarks. The fact that they can push that and make that actually happen, and make the world actually respect that, because, you know, like, if you steal a Hollywood film, you know, even use, like, there's one of the most famous examples, there's a guy, the person who made Mega Upload, if you're below the age of, like, 18, you have no idea what it was. At one point, there was a way to just watch every single TV show, basically, in high quality, and the only downside was you could only watch for, like, 2 hours at a time. After 2 hours, it would say, hey, you gotta stop watching, or you can pay for premium. That's how they made money. Obviously, it was actually a file sharing site, and I don't know how much the owner knew about it, but I'm gonna assume he knew what he was doing, because why would he not? Especially if you're like a Hong Kong. He was like a German based in Hong Kong that like registered his house in New Zealand. Like he very deliberately avoided the US in a lot of ways and went to kind of countries that would be useful for it. But even though he was in New Zealand, oh yeah, the local police there had to help out this US investigation. There was no real benefit, but I'm assuming some power was applied right there. And yeah, being able to enforce your like standards, being able to have enough power that people can't steal from you. You know, they feel scared about stealing from you. Is a good thing, you know. Like I think a lot about stealing. Okay, that was good. We got level 2 armor now. I feel slightly less on the edge at all times, which is a good thing. Oh, I gotta really look at it. By the way, it's round 13. Here's my one-hit KO still happening. After this round, of course, if you want this to continue happening, after this round, you have to upgrade your knife. But the cool thing about the game, okay, why did I run right back into them? That was just not smart. Okay, we got a lot of slow zombies. We can deal with them as we want to. But yeah, we've got all the points in the world. If you, at this point, you don't have enough points to upgrade your knife, you're doing something wrong, you know? Like, something's going wrong with you. It's not the game's fault. It's all on you, okay. It's on you. Yeah, the one downside of knife only is definitely the green guy. This is why knife only runs are going to run into issues sooner rather than later. This is why at round 12 or whenever he spawned in, you're going to want to switch out in some form. But until then, pretty much no downside for it, right? I feel like that homed in on me. I feel like I dodged it, but it still followed my dodge. And maybe that's deliberately how it works to keep you on your toes. Anyway, so let's pick up this tomahawk. So we have another way to one-hit KO. Because yeah, we're going knife only all the way, including no weapons apparently. It's actually pretty cool that you could buy like 4 or 5 tomahawks and have guaranteed ways to kill zombies. But yeah, let's not focus on it for now. Let's instead focus on getting me some stim packs. Are they called stim packs? I think they're just called stims, right? Let's get some stim shots. Let's get a bow. Sure, why not? Seems like a useful thing to have. And now it's round 14. Wow. My weapon is so weak. How am I going to survive? Because if you look, something will spawn any second now. Anywhere, I don't know where, but it's going to happen, right? But wow, my weapon sure is so weak. How will I do? Oh, it's a plague hound round. Oh, I can still hit. I can actually still kill plague hounds in one hit. So I guess we'll do that. Okay, wait. It's not a plague hound round. So it's a 2-hit KO right now, as I'm sure you can see. Oh, I shouldn't have run right back through that. Okay, so this was a really bad idea. This was a really terrible idea. But I'm making it work. So yeah, now that I can only kill in 2 hits, it's terrible. I mean, how can you kill 2-hit KOs? Who can deal with that? Not me, that's for sure. Oh, okay, yeah, we definitely screwed ourselves here. I'm gonna pull out this, and I'm gonna start doing some real damage just to clear a path away from this. And you know, maybe we should wait till the end of the round. No, we can't wait till the end of the round, because again, who can deal with 2-hit KO? Oh, no. Yeah, I gotta learn. I always think, every single time I play this, I'm like, oh yeah, I can totally just, you know, jump down up to where the pack-a-punch is, ignoring that that's not how that works. So we're gonna run and do it correctly. You weak, you're not weak. Oh, can't believe that he's only down to like 10% health. Oh, like, only killing 90% of a zombie in one. Oh, and we fixed it. We now have the closing argument, which is a beautiful name for it, if you ask me. Okay. No! I got hit by it. You know, round 13 again. I really wanted to prove in this video, like, oh, we got a nice, strong weapon. There is definitely a sharp increase in difficulty that I'm never, like, quite ready for. When the teenage rounds come. Like, the game definitely, like, ramps up again, which I think is clever. It means that, you know, casual players can, like, get better round by round by round, and then they kind of stall out in the teens, and then you gotta start working with the kill streaks and everything else like that. Always terrible Ben right there, but you saw I pack-a-punch the weapon. It was a 1-hit KO even then, and then you can pack-a-punch further if you really want to, which is cool. And yeah, that's why the knife is the best starting weapon in zombies. I like it a lot. I totally recommend it. And yeah, I'll probably have like one more zombies video on this channel come in soon. So if you want to watch it, that'll be out in the future. You know, YouTubers promoting their own videos is the most cliche thing. So instead, you know, never watch one of my videos again. Leave me forever. I hate you, you sluts. Okay, goodbye.